What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of JP Closet. We have a special video for you today, real versus fake Air Jordan Retro 1 Palomino. Came out like a week and a half ago. Got a chance to get a rep pair that's on the left hand side, and of course I got my retail pair that I got from Sneakers on the right side. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna tell you right now, the box is gonna be a huge indication. You can see in camera. Just looking at it, the left pair, again, it's a rep pair, right? It's more of like a jet black, and then the Nike swoosh is just very, very glossy and shiny, that metallic gold. Whereas on the retail pair, it's more of like a matte finish to the black. And then even though the Nike swoosh still has that glossy metallic gold, it's just not as prevalent compared to the rep pair. So just be aware of that. That's really all I'll go into when it comes to the boxes. So this is a clear indication if you're getting something right, whether it's going to be a rep or retail. Especially if you have a friend that has a retail pair or you take it to the shop, they will know instantly, especially if you still have the rep box. So be aware of that. All right, and here are the shoes. So let's get right into it. Here is the rep pair. Overall, very, very good attempt. Some of the good is, I think the toe box on this rep is better than my retails because it's just more slim. It has the materials and the build quality overall is very, very solid. It's a sturdy shoe. No real huge red flags there, right? Let me give you a little 360 of it so you can see it. Everything is pretty solid on this rep. I think if you're just looking to cop to wear, then I think these are good. But if you're looking to purchase a legit pair, right, I will point out some differences. So let's get straight into it, right? So here is my retail pair. The first thing I'll point out is the Wings logo. So the Wings logo is different. On the rep pair, you can see it. It is bold and it is printed on pretty well, right? However, the lettering is just kind of fuzzy. It almost looks blurry. Whereas the retail pair is very defined. You can see Air Jordan very clearly, the basketball, the Wings logo, and everything. Whereas this one, some spots, especially where it says Jordan, just kind of comes out kind of murky. So that is an indication right there that it's probably a rep. So be aware of that. Another thing is this is going to be a hard to use, but I think it's worth pointing out. That nubuck / Duralbuck is just quite different on the rep pair. On the retail pair, you can see it in camera. I can just slightly run over my finger on it, and it has that nice transition. It's very soft. On this rep pair, right, it's there. It's just not as prevalent, and I have to kind of force it to make it kind of like transition. Whereas like on the retail pair, doesn't take much give at all. So just be aware of that. Now, could this be manipulated using products or like some type of brush? I'm pretty sure it could be, but right out the box, there is a difference in material. You can see it more in camera right here. So that's something worth mentioning. Nylon tongues seem to be the same, and then metallic gold on the Nike Air tags seem to be the same as well. And then inside materials look to be identical. So no huge red flags there. Let me show you the back. Backs are going to be slightly different. On the retail pair, one thing I picked up is there's a nice natural curvature around the collar. Whereas on the rep pair, there is a dip and a slightly, almost like a widow's peak. So you can see it. Look at the difference. So be aware of that. Use that for legit checking purposes. As far as stitching, looks pretty good. No real complaints there. All right, insides both look pretty good. Again, this is the rep. This is the retail. No huge red flags there. I think everything looks pretty copacetic. Let's check out the bottoms. Again, left is rep and right is retail. There is a slight color variation difference in the brown, so be aware of that. You can probably see it in camera. There we go. That's probably the best lighting I'm going to get. The rep pair is just slightly lighter compared to the retail. And just like the patterns of right, on the actual bottoms themselves, the retail is just more defined. You can see the stars are just way more defined on the retail pair. Check it out. And then on the rep pair, it's just not really there. Actually, to be fair with you, this is probably the biggest red flag, right? So this is, again, my retail pair right here, right? Let me zoom in. Look at the design on the bottoms on the rep pair, and look at it on the retail pair. It's different designs. So that's probably going to be your biggest red flag right there. Awesome. I'm glad I caught that. So yeah, that's the biggest red flag. The design on the bottom, like the traction parts, are just completely different. So there is that. I think, but other than that, man, I think just on foot, this is a very good attempt. I don't think there's really much else I can kind of point out, really. I'll kind of point out the biggest things, which is like, you know, the design on the bottom is a little different. Actually, a lot different. The wings logo is going to be a red flag as well. The curvature on the collar is different as well. That's something else to point out. And then I think the last thing I'll point out is this. For some reason, even though these are highs, there's something about how these are cut. Like the scaling is off or something. Because even though these are high, like they don't look how the actual retail highs look. I know it's going to be hard to see in camera, but I think you can kind of slightly see it. The retails are just a higher cut, even though they're both supposed to be high. So something about the scaling and the way the reps are cut just doesn't give it that high look, even though they're both high tops. So there is that. But other than that, I think that's it. Hopefully you can use this video to, you know, make sure to legit check your shoes. The Palominos aren't really going for much anyways on the retail resale market, but just in case, you know, if you want to use this video as a reference guide, you know, hopefully I helped you out with that. But I'll end the video there. Appreciate everyone for rocking with me. If you're brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. All my socials are in the description, so add me there as well, and I'll see everyone next time. Peace.